The world is different now. Different from when I was a kid. Cell phones and technology dominate our lives. Despite more ways to communicate than ever, it sort of feels like we're further apart. I grew up in the 60s. I went to college in the 70s. It was a time of change. I think most people who know me would describe me as a driven person. Even when I was a kid, I wanted to succeed at whatever I did. I loved baseball and basketball. I wanted to win every game. Why else play if you weren't playing to win? I had a paper route when I was about 10 years old. My parents made me save a little of my earnings each week, and over time, those small amounts that I saved added up to enough to allow me to buy my first car, a 1969 Nova. I bought it when I was 15. The first thing I did was pull that engine out, take it apart, and rebuild it. And man, did it run great. Maybe a little hot, but it ran. And it was mine. When I was in junior high, I began thinking about graduating early from high school, 1 year early. I meticulously planned out all of my classes for the next 3 years, and I had my schedule approved by my principal. I knew if I stuck to the plan, I would graduate early, and I did. I was just 16 when I finished high school. I turned 17 the summer before I started college. It was a great time to be alive. I was living on my own in a dorm, far from home. Disco music was all the rage. It's hard to explain what that time felt like. Maybe you just had to live it to know what I'm talking about. I didn't graduate early from college, but I did graduate on time. I was 20 years old with a bachelor's degree in political science, but I wasn't finished with my education. I turned 21 the summer after I graduated, and I immediately headed to law school. I decided to go year-round and finish as soon as I could. I was 24 when I received my Juris Doctorate. Literally, the day after I graduated law school, I moved 750 miles south from frozen Michigan to North Carolina. I took and passed the bar exam shortly after I arrived. I was an attorney at 24. 2 weeks before my 25th birthday, I opened the doors of my own law practice. And for the next 30 years, I argued cases in court. I helped many people straighten out their legal lives. I married a wonderful woman, had a beautiful daughter, made and spent a fortune, and learned some of life's hardest lessons. Life has a way of wearing off the sharp edges, of bending a stubborn will in a new direction. And this bending hurts, but honestly, this pain helped me clarify my priorities and focus on the right stuff. Lord knows I have tied myself into knots more times than I can count. Recently, over dinner with friends, we began to talk about what advice we would give our younger selves if we could go back in time and have a conversation. I don't claim to have a lot of wisdom, but there are a few things I wish I could tell myself. Tell my younger self. If I could just climb in a Wayback Machine and go back, these are the few things I would say. Don't let people waste your time. Time is something you never get back. Don't be rude about it, but when your gut tells you someone is out only to use you, get away. There are so many people you can and should give your time to, but there's a batch that you need to identify and steer clear of. Life will be so much easier if you do. I don't know how all of this works, but all I can say is that the older you get, the faster time flies. So remember, your time is so precious and valuable. Use it wisely. Enjoy the moment. It sounds cliche, but it's true. Stop looking into the future constantly. Enjoy dinners with your family. Be present for your wife and daughter, not just physically present, but mentally and emotionally present. Time slips away and windows of opportunity close quickly. And 100 years from now, it won't matter if you responded to everyone's emails in a matter of minutes, What will matter is the love you showed your family. I'm not saying don't plan for the future. I'm just saying don't live in the future, or the past for that matter. It's impossible to enjoy life if you're not where life is, which is this very moment. Take care of your health. It's easy to slip into poor eating habits and exercise habits. Walk more. Develop a taste for healthy stuff. Life in poor health is so hard, and you have the power to avoid many health issues by being purposeful. Do it. You'll never regret it. Be generous and be grateful. Stingy people are so unhappy. They're always on the lookout, afraid someone may take advantage of them. Generous people, on the other hand, are happy. They give things away without a second thought, and they don't keep a ledger either. They don't give to get something back. They just do it freely. Help people whenever it's in your power to do so. Don't walk away from someone in need if you can help. You have no idea the impact you can have by just being generous. Be grateful for the good life God has given you. If it helps, write down what you're grateful for. You'd probably be surprised at all the beautiful people and good things in your life. Don't dwell on the negative. I know it's easy to do, but let your heart and mind focus on the positive. Believe the best about people, not the worst. With a grateful heart, this is possible. Forgive quickly. Maybe this is the most important of all. When someone offends you or hurts you, it's only natural to seek justice. You rehearse arguments in your head over and over about how you'll get even, till you drive yourself crazy. Unforgiveness is stressful, it leads to pain and separation, and it hurts you more than you can ever know. Even if the person who hurt you doesn't ask for forgiveness, give it anyway. Do it for yourself. Be generous with your forgiveness. You'll have many times when you yourself need forgiveness, and remember, it's not justice for others and mercy for you, but rather mercy for others as well as you. Out of this list, if you can only do one thing, I think forgive others is the most important. This will have the biggest impact on your life. Above all else, forgive quickly. I guess I would say one more thing, and maybe this is the lawyer side of me. Make sure you buy some Apple stock. Hang on to it. Don't get rid of it. It's going to be worth a fortune someday. Well, that's about it. I'll be 60 years old if I make it to my next birthday. I've learned that time and truth walk hand in hand, and going forward, I'm going to try to follow my own advice as best I can. Maybe I can make another video and report the positive results down the road. And in the meantime, I have a life to live.